Hey, it's Brent, and in this video I want to discuss the fear of being or ending up alone. I posted a quote that says, if any of your decisions are based on your fear of being or ending up alone, your fate might be far worse than being or ending up alone. It's so true. It's one of the biggest I think negative things that we are told, that being alone for any amount of time is a bad thing and it means all these negative things. Or ending up alone in your life is the fear, and it should be avoided at all costs, okay? Now, before you start resisting this message, I want to say that I'm not saying that being or ending up alone is the preferred way to be or end up. I'm just saying that if all your decisions are based on avoiding that, and not on any other criteria, you know, whether it's a person or a job or whatever you're making these decisions, if that is the reason, you really want to start thinking about that, because that might not be the best reason, right? You might do things for the wrong reason, right? Because at the end of the day, let me just throw this in here before I move on with this message, is that in the case of choosing someone to be with, okay, a relationship or a companion or whatever, it's better to end up alone than wish you were alone. Okay, I will say that. And a lot of you out there are probably nodding your heads who are in a bad situation right now thinking, oh man, yeah, totally, right? What was I thinking? I did this to avoid end up alone, but I can't stand the person I'm with, right? Exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So this, I'm just pointing it out because it's one of the biggest things I hear all the time, right? You know, I'll say, well, why'd you make that decision to do that thing or be with that person? Well, you know, I haven't been alone in 20 years. I was married for 20 years and had kids, and then, you know, I'm sitting in my house or my apartment alone for like 5 minutes and I'm freaking out because I've never been alone before, right? So what does that person do usually, or what do they tell me they're doing? Well, yeah, I started dating someone immediately. I got married again immediately. I'm like, whoa, take some time, relax, okay? Well, because I don't want to end up alone. I am getting older, right? Fear, okay? Take a deep breath. Relax. Do some work on yourself. Change your story. Get some new hobbies. Start enjoying life. You'll attract a lot better person than in a space of, man, I can't stand being alone in between relationships. I got to get another boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever right now. Do you see how that could lead to one of the worst, another bad decision, right? Right? In the line of many bad decisions that you've made in your life that we make as humans. You see how that can happen, right? Well, you know, I'm getting older, and if I don't take action now, I will never meet someone else, right? Scarcity. And I might end up alone. Fear. Okay? Now, the last thing I will say about this is that if you follow the other things that I talk about and me and my friends talk about in all these videos, and you are giving and you are social and you are, you know, helping people and so on, you will surround yourself with great friends and great companions and so on. And so you most likely you will not end up alone like you think you will, right? So yeah, if you're a hermit and you stay in your house and you never talk to people, then yeah, you might be alone at the end of your life. But if you surround yourself with friends and you stay social and you take care of yourself in the best way you can, and you try to eat healthy and be healthy and you know, work on your mind, and hopefully at the end you will be surrounded by great people who care about you. But don't always think of it in the context of it's got to be one companion or it's got to be this. Remember, we've got to start thinking beyond, okay, the way everyone else thinks, okay? Because everyone thinks very small, right? We've been taught to be in this little box, right? This small. There's a whole world outside of the box, but you're not taught that because you can't be controlled out here. You can only be controlled in the box, okay? Right in here. Remember, once I have you in this box, I know exactly what you're going to do. I can predict all your behavior. What does that help me do? Sell you a lot of stuff and keep you brainwashed. So remember, there's a whole life beyond that, okay? You've got to have the courage in your life to move beyond mediocrity, beyond monotony, beyond the average. You've got to be willing to move beyond your attachment, beyond your fear, and live a carefree life, okay? See, there's no freedom in the box, okay? And you can try and convince me of that all day long, but it's not true, okay? There's no freedom in here. You can say, well, Brent, I'm in this situation, and I have freedom. No, you don't. You just think you have freedom, but you don't even know what freedom is because you're in the matrix. You were brainwashed and you're in the box. So my idea, my thing here is, if you're going to really have a purpose of helping and inspiring people and leading them out of the brainwashing and out of the matrix, move to higher levels, you need to be living there yourself, and you need to push through and do things for different reasons and do things that other people aren't willing to do, okay? And one of these things is to not let fear of being or ending up alone guide your decision making, okay? It is, again, it's one of the biggest things that I hear people use as a reason for why they do everything. And if you just look around, okay, or look at your own life, and you know it doesn't work, but you might be scared to think a different way or do something different because no one else is doing it, right? You're the only, oh, there's so much peer pressure. What will people say? What will people think? Who cares? People are sheep, okay? And I mean that in the best way. I mean, people are brainwashed, okay? They're asleep at the wheel. We've dumbed them down, so they just kind of like are an autopilot in the matrix. Go here, do this, say that, be with this person, go get this, buy this, right? That's just a meager existence. There's a whole nother world out there, outside, and I'm inspiring you and encouraging you to consider a different way of thinking, okay? That's what I've